Well, we just checked out the most recent Debates trailer, and you know, the memes are still going. The end before the beginning. We got a Chibi video saying it ended before it even began. Alright, Chibi, let me know.
Soul Leveling being the only manhwa with a good anime adaptation. This is all they got after trashing Mushoku years after years, lol. I'm sorry, because I'm the biggest the beginning after the end slanders you'll ever witness.
It's gonna get so annoying. Honestly, it's not like I'm side Mushoku Tensei or I'm side Debate, but like, they have been having beef always, you know, Mushoku Tensei. You know, you thought that Re:Zero Mushoku Tensei, you know, had drama. Debate and Mushoku Tensei might be even more, so yeah, Studio Bind did a phenomenal job covering MT for Debate, though I just don't think the talent that we got is good enough to deliver something that's comparable to, let's say, Re:Zero or a Mushoku Tensei adaptation.
I looked into it and it's worse than I thought. The beginning after the end fans, you can have A1 if you want. Soul Leveling's manhwa fans does not have any sense of appreciation at all when it comes to their own anime adaptation.
What? Where the hell is this coming from? Because I feel like, if anything, everyone is glazing the shit out of it. Maybe the source material readers are complaining in like a small little niche bubble online, and these are really terminally online people, but I didn't realize that Soul Leveling fans were unappreciative of what's happening with A1 Pictures.
I guess you guys will at least show some gratitude and appreciation. We Soul Leveling fans can take ACAT instead.
How about no? You're fucking insane. No, don't you dare do that. Get the hell out of here.
So I think,
Again, my first impressions of the first two trailers was that it was pretty fucking bad, right? The art style is very uninspiring. The color compositing is really bland. The use of CG is worrying, and the minimal fight sequences, the action sequences, it felt like isekai slop, you know, number 3,732 of this season. The third trailer that just came out recently that we just covered, it was okay, genuinely. Like, I'm a guy that has been dooming about Debate since months ago. We're clowning on it. My objective analysis and just my overall vibes after watching that trailer, honestly, not bad. But that's the thing. You can't be just not bad for a show like Debate that's been glazed and hyped up with such an enormous fan.
one good look at the quote retweets to this trailer that came out gives a good indication, a glimpse at what the community is currently saying about the trailer, and I'm going to give some insights on how I feel about the trailer as well. But to just put it out there for those who are unaware of what this is, the beginning after the end is seeming like it's going to be the end before it even begins.
Yep, and this is going to be, again, the meme that's just going to be just spammed until it releases. The end before the beginning, the end before the beginning.
Because, the trailer, honestly, it's not a good look.
It's like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10, in my opinion, that trailer. It was okay. It wasn't overtly terrible or so fucking bad. It was just okay.
Not. Like, just disregarding everyone else's opinions on what they're currently saying, as just talking about my current overall understanding of the trailer, it's not looking too good. Which was already to be expected when we found out that Studio ACAT was going to be working on it.
That's right. And it's not really just Studio ACAT. Because remember, a studio is simply a building. You gotta look at which team, which anime director has oversight of the project. And the person that's responsible for Debate, bro, their resume, their history, it's looking very mid.
This is basically the top anime that Studio ACAT has worked on by score, and the best anime they managed to produce in all these years is a 6.75. Now, obviously, we can't take my anime list completely seriously.
Yeah, because again, these studio ratings honestly does not matter. I think that what really matters is, again, the actual, what's it called? The actual anime director on it. So if we go on a website called like AniList, right? Or AniChart. And if we look at the overview, the staff working on it, right? We got to look at the director, right? Remember, a studio is simply a building. There's many different teams, different, you know, talent working on different projects. That's why you might have some JC staff animes that pops the fuck off and some that may not be as good. So if you look at the actual director, what did they cover? Data Last Season 3? Listen, these are none of these titles stand out to me. I love Date A Live, but let's be objectively honest here for a second. This is not really the pinnacle of animation. Now, hold up. Katanagatari, isn't this a show that the OGs glaze up like crazy? So he did the episode directors. He was the episode director for the opening 2 endings, and episodes 1, 5, 6, 10, 12. This may be one of his best works then. A lot of people glaze the fuck out of the show. And Hunter x Hunter, this is like not even Hunter x Hunter 2018. This is like, you know, the OG. A lot of old projects, but if you kind of look at, on average, what's been happening recently, not very good. Oh, fuck me. Kingdom of Ruin. Oh no! I mean, he was assistant episode director for episode 2, director for the entire thing, I guess. That's not good. Oh, Jesus fucking. Oh my fucking God. Listen, if at this point, the only thing that I'm giving a positive signal is fucking Date A Live, that's a bad sign. Genuinely. No disrespect to Date A Live, but again, if the only show that I can somewhat fucking glaze is Date A Live right now, we are cooked. Why are you doing this, Keitaro Motonaga? Why? Leave it alone. Don't fucking cover it. You don't have to do this shit, bro. Let someone else take it.
You know, the scores and stuff are very arbitrary, and you can't always say that is a perfect reflection on how good a show is, but it's very apparent, just judging by how harsh or unharsh my anime list can be at times.
Yeah.
The fact that all these anime have not even made it into a 7 is
mids.
pretty wild stuff. So it's very clear that out of all the projects, for the most part, it seems like the beginning after the end is probably one of the most high-profile projects.
Yeah, Studio Engi is covering Medalist right now, and that's why I didn't even react to Medalist in the beginning, because Studio Engi is notoriously known for having rush projects ruining most, you know, anime projects that they take on. But for whatever reason, the team working on it and the talent that's behind Studio Engi, and I bet that if we looked at the talent working on, you know, Medalist right now, they probably were not present in the other Studio Engi projects. So at the end of the day, Studio, it's an okay signal, but I think what matters even more is like, who's the director? Who is the top dog working on this, and what other talent is on board?
That Studio ACAT is probably ever.
And not only that, look at the trailers too, right? Because we can do all kind of speculations and theory crafting based on the credits, right, of people working on it. But we can also just check out the trailers. And all 3 trailers, very mediocre.
Which is kind of sad, but also it's tragic for the beginning after the end, because it is quite a fan favorite. There is a lot of people that outright love this series to death. I have reviewed it on the channel, I have talked about it on the channel, and there is some controversy around this as well. So let's give some backstory. So, the beginning after the end is one very traditional type of story. It's very similar to Mushoku Tensei, reincarnated, transported to another world type stories. It follows...
People call it like the Korean Mushoku Tensei, right? Because of how similar the initial setup is.
The similar theme, the direction. And there's been a lot of controversy with this series in general, that it is based...
Oh, here's a monkey that I'm not gonna ban. Please tell me how I can know if you have reacted to a specific video or / episode. So you're kind of smarter than the average monkey that comes in and gets immediately just like swatted, right? They're like, did you watch Solo Leveling? Immediate ban. I only got one rule, and it says don't fucking ask if or when we've watched something. And you know how you can tell if we have watched something? By you watching the fucking stream. Your attitude based on this comment tells me that you're a tourist that only cares about a specific show. I will never cater towards you. You're either there for it or you're not. I will never give you a schedule so that you can just tune into that one section of the stream. Go fuck yourself. You can watch the entire stream and then figure out for yourself. That's the entire idea behind the rule.
Basically a bootleg or ripoff of Mushoku Tensei, and I would be lying if I said I didn't see the similarities and the inspiration. I mean, even the author, I
there's a lot of similarities, a lot of parallels, even the character designs, right?
believe, has admitted that they were heavily inspired by Mushoku Tensei.
Nothing wrong with it, genuinely. Absolutely nothing wrong with being inspired by something and taking what's working, what's doing great, and giving your own spin on it. That's how modern development is usually done. Look at what does really well, copy it, customize it, add in your unique, flavor, and basically go off of it.
Nothing wrong with that, but obviously some of the slander that the series has gotten for years is thanks to the beginning portions of it being a little bit the same. But if you disregard that, it does have a very dedicated and big fan base. People do love this.
That might be the reason why Debate might still do decently well, even though the adaptation is looking very mid. Maybe not so, because Tower of God got done so fucking dirty, and Tower of God has a huge fandom. I was just thinking that, maybe if there's already an established, fan base, that they'd be willing to cope and watch the entire way through, but Tower of God, I think, proves otherwise.
The series, and the fact that it's getting an anime adaptation in general should be seen as a good thing. But if we go by what we have seen, the trends and stuff in the last few years, usually when a manhwa / webcomic is turned into an anime,
it's dog shit, unless it's solo leveling. And why is that the case? I think there can be a separate video made about it. I made a lot of ignorant guesses last time thinking, is this Japanese nationalism at play? Are they so willing to just put Korea under the bus because of history and, not being a Japanese product, therefore they would want to do that? That was one of the assumptions that I had, but that's not the case. It's a lot more nuanced and complex than that. It's not just one issue, but a lot of the fault apparently also lies within Korea, where the Korean companies and like the people over there they're basically not like networking or trying to pitch the project to be adapted the best they can. They're kind of just looking for like a very cheap mid alternative, is some of the comments that I've been reading about. Again, these are just random comments from random people online. Surely people online wouldn't lie, but it seems like it's a lot more complex than just Japan thinking, Korean show, we don't care about it. There's also something different about this one where even though it is a webtoon, right, manhwa, the author, isn't he living in America? I don't know, but yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with stingy Korean companies.
Typically, let's be honest, it's not good. It's not. I'm looking at you, Tower of God. It's just could have been one of the best adaptations, one of the best shows, honestly.
And you know what? Season 1 was alright. It was! Season 1 I think was fantastic. I love Season 1. A lot of people complain about it, saying it's so bad. To me, Season 1, man, that was a magical ride. Season 2 is when it just went down the fucking shithole. Oh, what other webtoons? There is a show called The Return of Magic Chibi Special that I bet you guys didn't even know aired, because that shit got no marketing. I don't know how well the anime adaptation was done. There was also God of High School that was really, really hyped up, right? A lot of people were going crazy for it, when it was airing. It's got a very catchy opening, but I think that it, again, just the pacing, none of it made sense. A lot of people have those complaints. Viral Hit was pretty decent. Not gonna lie. Viral Hit, unfortunately, was not a viral hit. But like, for the anime episodes that I watched, it was a good anime, bro. But yeah, there is this repeating behavior where anime adaptations of Korean series, it just does not do well. Doesn't Korean have an animation studio? I don't know. I think that it's just all Japan. And there's a bunch of, outsourcing from like different talents across the globe, but no, I guess they don't have an in-house studio that can just cover this.
The last 10 years, if given the proper love, but we know how that's turned out. But what I'm trying to say is that the beginning after the end has gotten a pretty bad studio. And this
not just a bad studio, also a terrible director.
Trailer in general is not a good trailer. Like, let's just show it. So basically,
it's an okay trailer. I can't say it's good. It's definitely mid.
This entire trailer, at first glance, for those that briefly look at this, like if I zoom around, it looks pretty. Like the art style looks fine and all that.
It looks okay. I think Blue Lock was way better in this example, where you click through any Blue Lock episode, the art style looks fantastic. The shading, the lighting, it's bold, it's very colorful. You play the episode and you realize nothing is moving, right? Debate right now, I feel like the art style isn't even that good.
But it looks extremely flat.
Yeah.
And it's not just flat. There is
the color compositing, it's pretty dookie. It's looking very bland.
The overuse of still frames, CGI.
And, this fucking fart aura. in Blue Lock it'd be the far aura. You know how Blue Lock, you know, has a lot of special effects to kind of give the illusion of movement even though nothing is moving.
And a lot of effects to try to hide the fact of how poor or low quality this anime actually is. Like, for example, there's multiple scenes here where you have zoomed in on the faces or CGI, and then you have these bizarre effects that appear that literally just try to hide the...
It's, you know, it's a problem when, like, rather than trying to highlight the actual meat, the actual main course, they're trying to use filler fluff to hide the main course because they know that the main course doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? They're more focused with these extra glitter aura effects and all this other accessory bullshit to hide and create the illusion that the main product, the actual scenes, are something noteworthy.
Stiffness of the art in animation, and usually when something like that is being incorporated so early on within an anime PV trailer,
not very good.
Typically we can assume it's not going to be a good show. This is set to air on April, literally a day.
Oh my god, it's a month out? Oh, I thought that maybe we had until fall or summer. I thought we had more time. I didn't even know the spring 2025, bro. It's over. It's really over then. If this is one of the final trailers coming out a month before it releases, oh, we're cooked.
Day before my birthday.
Like again, if they were gonna keep dropping trailers for like half a year to hype it up more and more, then I'd be like, let them cook, all right? Give him some more time. But like, oh shit.
Birthday, and there's only like a month, you know, till this comes out, and it's already looking to not be really good high production. And so I'm pretty sad, honestly, for the beginning after the end fans. I mean, I've read a bit of it. I'm not like caught up, but it's good. I like it. I really like it. And just to see the anime in this kind of state, it's pretty sad. I mean, because usually a PV trailer is supposed to show the best parts of the anime to get people hyped. And when the PV is basically doing negative PR and making everything look really terrible.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Like, imagine what the rest of it looks like. If this is their best scenes that they're trying to give you to catfish you into giving you an impression that this could be something great, imagine what the other scenes are like. Just think about that.
I know you done messed up pretty badly. So, yeah, looks like the beginning after the end should be titled, It Ended Before It Began.
Yep.
But okay, I'll leave it at that, though. Tell me your thoughts on it.
My thoughts is that the trailer isn't bad. It's okay. It's mid. It's also not good. It's like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Maybe 7 is too high of a score. Maybe it should be 6 point something. And honestly, it's not... It's frustrating because we eat up so many shitty 6 out of 10 isekais every season. But I have no expectation from those shows, right? And we can watch it and enjoy it. But when something as great as, you know, Debate comes out with an established fandom, with the track record of all these different, you know, accolades, right? The sales numbers, blah, blah, blah. People glazing it to the next level. It's very unfortunate when the adaptation of something so good is going to be this mid. I will absolutely cover it. I hope that, you know, the actual episodes are better. Maybe the soundtrack and the voice acting is so peak. Maybe the story is so peak that even if it has mid-production value in terms of just animation, that the episodes will be engaging to watch, but only one way to find out. We're a month out, bro. That's actually so scary. Please go check out Chibi's video. Here's a link to the video. Go give it a like if you did, and I'll see you next time.